Hey guys, it's Kudu here. Just wanted to give a little update before the episode starts. You're going to be seeing a little change in the format with this episode and the next episode. I know, amazing. We're super professional that we're already changing what we're doing one episode in. So we were originally planning on doing 30-minute episodes and releasing that every week. And we soon realized that with our individual schedules that we have, that was not going to work. So now instead of doing that, we're going to be releasing hour to an hour and a half long episodes every 2 weeks. And to make up for that, because we already have episodes recorded, we are going to be putting them together and uploading them. So this episode is going to be a mix of two different episodes that we recorded separately, just putting them together. It's just me and Kashi for just this one. Episode 3 will be the mix of 3 different episodes that we recorded with one new special guest. He is awesome. You're going to love that episode. But just also wanted to give context that we did record these episodes quite a bit ago. So if it sounds like we're talking about anything that's like older or anything that's in the past, that's why. Because we didn't plan on anything and we've been switching around who's supposed to edit the podcast and everything like that. So, sorry about that. But now it's all good and hopefully everything will be better from the future. Thanks, guys. Hi, welcome to episode 2 of the Undergrad podcast. My name is King Kudu.
I'm Kashi.
Yeah. On this episode, we're going to be talking a little bit more about us as artists. Talking about the Denver scene a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. So Kashi, can you go into your process a little bit of like making music?
No.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
How I make music is, I feel like a lot of people they just make a shitload of songs like in one day. I'll take like a nice like long amount of time and I'll just make one demo that I'll like chip away at over the next like week. Mm-hmm. I make music so fucking slowly. It's actually insane. But that's just the way I like to do it. Like whenever I get something and I do get something good, I like to get up out of the chair. I just vibe with it for a little bit. Like there's a lot of like just like downtime in my process where I like to stop and just like chill with the music for a little bit and then like I'll get back to it. And it's just like it's a very long process. Like I know that there's like a lot of people that just make like 5-6 songs in a day. Mm-hmm. And I just like whenever I do that, I just feel like I'm stretching myself like really thin. I just take a lot of things and put it into one song and then just really chip away at that one thing for a good while until I'm like, yeah, that's finished. Or at least to where I'm like done fucking with it. Because especially like I feel like when it comes to making music, it's something that my art teacher told me in like I was homeschooled and shit, so I went to fucking co-op. Mm-hmm. But we had an art class at co-op and there was an art teacher, really cool guy. He actually like did he like made murals and shit, so he'd get like commissioned to go like paint shit. So I think that there's like that Cabela's near the interstate.
Yeah.
He actually was commissioned to do a few murals in there. So he actually painted a lot of that stuff up there.
Oh shit.
But yeah, he whenever he wasn't doing that, he decided that he'd like take up this teaching job. And one thing that he told me that I'll never forget is he said that you're never truly done with a work of art. You're just done making small tweaks here and there. You know? You never finish, you're just sort of done like making small tweaks. And that's how I feel a lot. Like I feel like especially as I've made music more and more, that's just been so true.
That's fair. So, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, do you feel like that? Or?
I think we definitely have like the same thought process with our craft and everything like that. Because like I also take a fucking long time to finish it.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, you know how long I've been going on this recent lo-fi album. It's been bad.
Yeah.
It's been really bad. But it's also like, but I also do the same thing where it's like once I get to a certain point with the beat or the song or anything like that, I take a minute to just listen to it. Just be like, this is where I'm at. Am I okay with this? And because especially I think a lot of people get like stuck into like, I need to finish this or I need to get on to the next thing, which is like not a bad mindset to have by any means, but like sometimes just slowing down a little bit and just making sure that you actually vibe with the song,
Yeah.
just does a lot more for your music.
And also, I feel like, especially with my process, I can't be making like repetitive, like garbage type shit because I'm listening to it so much for so often. Like, especially with the project that I'm about to drop on White Lighters, like, there's one song, Lighters. You know how that went because remember, I was actually down here remaking the beat because of many issues that I don't even want to go into, or else we're going to be talking about it for the rest of the podcast. But like, I've probably spent like easily like 100+ hours on that song and like just mixing his shit. Like, but honestly, that's just how it goes. Like, there's like more facets to my creative process. Like especially with White Lighters, that I think that I'm just gonna keep that as like something that I did back then. I'm gonna change it up because a big thing of what I did with White Lighters and a big reason why it's been such of a bitch, but also a good amount of fun, is because for most of those things, how I made them is I would just get the beat. I really worried about the production, like top, like first overall, was like I was worried about the production. I really wanted good sounding, great sounding beats. So I get a beat that I really liked. I put a bunch of freestyles on it. Then I might arrange them or something. I also want to put a mix on them, so I could get an idea for how I want my vocals to sound, what style I'm going with this beat. And just from there, that was like from there. Once I have like that ground, I get like a foundation set of song structure, maybe a few memorable lines that I could freestyle, melodies, and especially one of the most important parts of the mix that I wanted to go with. And then off of that, I would just like go from there, you know, cleaning it up, making it better, replacing this, that, re-recording that, doing a bunch of other stuff. And that's pretty much how I made White Lighters. Since then, it's changed to where I'm doing less work, less like post recording work. I feel like I'm writing a little more. Still freestyling melodies, but like I'm not recording them. I'm just like freestyling them like out loud, and then I'll be like, okay, and then I'll be like, I'll be putting words to it. And a lot of the times, like especially with some of my recent stuff, I don't really, if I'm just freestyling a melody and then like getting lyrics to it in my head, I don't even really be writing it down until it's completely finished. So I just like, honestly, I could try and go like the no writing route, but then it's like, I don't know, it just scares me. Like, what if I forget a word? You know, what if I don't record this for a little while? Like, oh, something comes up, forget a word. It's like, oh god, that would drive me crazy.
Yeah, I do not have the memory to do no writing down or anything like that. I can't. I don't get how people do that. But also, my memory is just fucked either way. So, but
I feel like once you have like a melody, like a really, especially like when you have a really catchy melody, the words just stick.
That's fair.
They just stick. And I think that's one thing that I really like, is that creative process sort of makes you go with like very catchy melodies and stuff. Especially if you can get catchy like lyrics to the melodies and shit, that like it's easy, like maybe like literally after listening to the chorus like once or twice, that the person listening can like sing along.
Yeah.
Like that's dope.
Yeah. Speaking a little bit more about White Lighters, you recently just had your first headlining show up in Denver, sort of showcasing what you have of White Lighters so far. What was your thought process going into that show of like how you wanted to show this off, even though you're not like technically fully finished with the album yet?
Oh, it was a bit stressful because I wanted to have one more song on there. I wanted to have the outro to White Lighters as the outro to the set, just because it's such a great like ending. But I couldn't quite get it like ready in time, so I had to drop it. But it was all right because I ended the set with a song that me and Price have, which is actually a fucking banger. Love that song. But going into that, there was a lot of things that I had to do, so that like there's a lot of things that weren't quite finished about the project. Whatever I couldn't like make perfect right away, I either like took out or just made like workable, just for like the concert edits. But I mean, yeah, it was really interesting though, because it was like, usually when we performed like before, it was like a shorter set, so we didn't have as many songs to practice, and a lot of the times we'd be like, I wouldn't be like doing these songs for the first time ever. Like, you know, some of these songs are like songs that I had like performed, you know, before, and so I really got a hold of them. But especially for White Lighters, I found it difficult to perform some of those songs, and I still feel like I could have given more energy out there. The songs weren't like super turned, but I didn't want them to be super turned. I just wanted to like show off some really great songs, and you know, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
good. And you actually ended up bringing out a mutual friend of ours, Zach, the alternative guitar experience.
Alternate guitar technique. Actually.
Fuck, it is technique. Wait, hold on. Am I fucking...
Yeah, it's the alternate guitar technique.
Fuck, it is the technique.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, damn it. I feel fucking terrible.
Dude, he was crazy. That song fucking went. I will not lie.
I still need to see fucking videos of that because god damn it, I'm so mad.
Yeah, I wish we had gotten more videos, but we had a bit of problem with like the camera that night. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that shit was fucking. That song was actually turnt as hell because like especially when you bring out like a live like anything, especially with like those type of small concerts where no one else really has anything live, like it's not that exciting, and then you bring out like a fucking guitarist for a whole guitar solo that sounds fucking amazing. I don't know, I feel like that was a bit prideful to say, but I feel like that really gets like motherfuckers like hyped to shit, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, actually.
But yeah, so
and then so you do all that through the concert app.
Yes, that's all concert. Yeah.
So how did you get started with concert?
So for concert, I never really wanted to perform in the first place. At first, at least, I didn't want to perform. And then I remember me and Price were hanging out, as we do very often. And I remember he's like, bro, we gotta get on stage, bro. We gotta like perform, bro. We gotta get out there, man. He's like super motivated and shit. And I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't trying to do all that. I ain't trying to do all that. And then he was like, well, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, fucking buddy. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna let you do that alone. Like, I'm not gonna let you like do that, and then I'm not gonna do it. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. All right. So then we officially the decision to go out and get on a stage and perform. And back then, like our music was like not as good. Like, I won't lie. Even sometimes I look back at those tracks, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. They weren't terrible though, but it just like wasn't like hella like concert music. But anyways, so we went out and we had actually decided, okay, let's go perform. So then we had to figure out how the fuck are we going to go like get a place to perform and then sell tickets and all this weird shit and like all the complications. So we ended up trying to go to, basically we looked up like every single venue in Denver that was like a small concert type venue. So, and we tried to like book them. We like talked to them. A lot of them we couldn't even like, we like sent an email. We never got a response from literally any of them. And a lot of them we couldn't even like try because you had to be 21 to rent them out.
Oh shit.
And we were like, dude, what the fuck? So then Price he's pretty well connected, and he hit up another guy, YSD Bepo, which we should also talk about. He's going to be popping off pretty soon here, I think. And because we know he had done shows before. We were like, so how do you do this? And he basically was like, so there's this thing called Concert App. And so we're like, oh shit. And then for Concert App, you also have to get a recommendation to like get into the app. You can download it and everything, and you can like sign in, but then you can't get in and actually request a show unless you have a recommendation for somebody else. So then Beepo gave Price the recommendation, and then Price gave it to me. So we both got on there. And basically how it works is you just have like a bunch of, there's basically just like this list of their planned events that you can scroll through, and you can, if they don't have a headliner yet, you can request to be a headliner, or you can request to be just an opener. And so the weird thing is like Price like was the one who had it first, so I just let him like go book it. So as soon as he requested, like a few minutes later, he gets a call from the people that run it. So it was Hypnotic. So it's run by Hip and Tef, King Tef. They're two, I would say they're like the closest thing that Denver has to Legends. They've actually done some pretty cool shit. They released that album in 2016, and it hit like #1 on the Billboard for Colorado.
Oh shit.
So they're actually really cool. And they basically they made Concert App because they want to try and get a scene, like an actual underground scene going on in Denver and all of Colorado, and really promote that shit, because they're really like about Colorado. They like really care about like this hometown type shit.
Yeah.
So he gets a call from Hip, and Hip's like, okay, this is how it works. And that was like really cool because it was like pretty immediate, pretty on the ball. So then we got our tickets, and they're like, okay, here's a place, this is the night, here's your tickets, sell these many. And then basically if you sell enough that first time, then they'll be like, okay, you can do it again. But that's how we got our first show, and then that's just how we book all of our shows. And yeah, they're super cool. I think that like just like talking to them too, they're great resources for just like music making and music marketing and all that different stuff. Like they even have conferences where they go and they talk about. I think the last one that Price went to, I wasn't able to go, but Price went to. It was just about talking about like how to do an album rollout, how to get all that started. It was just like this big panel and they were talking about it. So yeah, they're super cool, and I think that they're really motivated to try and get something started here.
Yeah.
So.
And I guess really quick, because I feel like we've been bringing up Price and then not talking about like who he is, like to us and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
So like I guess we should talk about Undergrad a little bit. So. Undergrad, it's collective right now.
Yeah, we're trying to start it. It's pretty much. Remember one day, Price gave me a call. And I was like, "Hey, we should." It always seems to start with like Price approaching me, be like, "Hey, let's do this."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "I bet, let's go."
He is 100% the motivator, and
he's like, yeah, because I don't know, he's always got like ideas. I won't lie, I haven't followed all of them, but like he'll have ideas and he'll bring them to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Usually. Honestly, a lot of the time, I'm like, this is dumb, but like, I'm gonna just trust you.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. Enough. So he like wanted to start this thing, and I was like, I'd already been like thinking about it. We talked about it before, but he was being more serious this time that he brought it up. We were trying to come up with like a name and shit. And let me tell you, I actually came up with a name for Undergrad. But yeah, so we were doing that, and then it is mainly his thing though. So he owns it. And then I think we're just trying to grow it. So if we can get a bunch of like really cool artists going.
Price is behind the camera right now.
Yeah, Price is acting Jamie at the moment.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, he won't be on camera this episode. But yeah, and me and Price have been like best friends for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we actually first met in 7th grade. We were both weird. But everyone is in 7th grade, if we're being honest. And then, that was, don't even lie, 7th grade was pretty baller. It was just like me, Price, and then like one of other homies, like just hanging out all like the time. Dude, for real. And so, I'm trying to think. Yeah, anyways, 7th grade ended, and then like, we just like didn't really talk that much. And then eventually we got back together around like the end of freshman year. We started making music and hanging out more. And then, I don't know, somewhere along the lines, we got like really close, and now we're like, we're tight as fuck. And so now we're just doing this together, and
nice. So. Yeah, it's kind of insane that we're like starting to get this undergrad shit going.
Yeah.
Like I guess I can't say shit since I'm like basically just now joining it and everything like that. But
I can't really say shit. I've been supposed to like. I don't know. I was supposed to make the merch like for months ago. I'm still trying to figure it out because I have
Price is aggressively
Price is behind the camera being very aggressive,
flipping off Kashi.
But no, because I was like, I have inspiration for like some of my own merch.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've been thinking more about Undergrad lately.
So why do you prioritize your merch over Undergrad?
Because I have ideas for that motherfucker. Oh God, I'm getting cold.
It's just a question.
Every day I wake up and I feel happy. And then I realize that I live in the same house as you, and I actually like think about just jumping out the window. Granted, we are in the basement, and the window isn't a drop, but I wish it was sometimes.
I'll make a drop just for you. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, no.
Actually, I don't think this picked it up, but
knowing my old lo-fi songs, like,
oh god,
dude, I think it was like for the first year that me and Price were like making music together and shit. He'd like show me like a hard song or something. He was on a bit of he doesn't have these songs anymore, but he was going for like a bit of a snot style in the beginning. But I don't know. In the beginning, you're just trying to make something that isn't ass.
Yeah.
So you really go for whatever you can make. So he'd be like, oh, this like snot type banger shit's bass is hitting hard. And then I'd be like, yeah, dude, that's dope, man. Let me show you this like lo-fi song that like I won't show my family because they'd probably worry about me.
Fair enough.
But no.
To get back more into like the Denver music scene and all that, because you were talking about Hypnotic and King Tef.
Yeah, King Tef.
Who do you like want to work with right now? Who's in like the Denver scene?
Fuck, dude. I would really, really, really like to work with Neptune. Yeah. But they're like they're a little big at the moment. I don't think I could really get with them. But maybe if I drop my next project and it does well, I feel like I could be like, yo, we're two of the people in Denver that are like doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Hopefully at that time. and be like, yo, let's make some shit. Because if I could get with them, I don't know, we might not get anything out of it, but they just seem like so fucking cool, dude.
They do seem like a really fucking cool person. Like, I just want to pick their brain about their creative process because holy fuck is there.
Dude, I'd love to have them on here. That'd be so much fun.
Honestly, like right now, like realistic dream guest for this podcast, Neptune, 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Like sure, they are like bigger than us in a lot of ways right now, but like I feel like we could get them on, and that'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But who is your like not thinking about like any like restrictions or anything like that? Who's like your dream collab?
Dream collab. Oh, it's a tough one, man. I don't know. Here's the problem. My dream collabs are people that I wouldn't really want to associate with, to be honest. And I think we both know who I'm talking about.
Fucking Kanye.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Kanye, why?
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, that'd be a fucking awesome opportunity, but at the same time, you would have to be like, yeah, I worked with Kanye. Like,
yeah, I feel like it would be. I don't know, man. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's. I was gonna say maybe he's not like that bad, but to be honest,
yeah,
fuck it, man. That blows. I won't even lie. Like, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
That's fair though. Like,
but he made graduation.
Oh my god.
What about you? Who's your dream collab?
Oof. Oh man. I'd say right now my dream collab would be like some like Griselda collab.
Oh. What about Kill Bill?
Kill Bill would be fucking awesome.
Dude.
It'd be really cool. But I'm talking about like even my dream collabs above Kill Bill because I love Kill Bill. Like if I could produce a song for Bill, Rav, and Square,
oof.
That'd be amazing. And then a separate song with Aerospace.
Dude, yeah, because, like, I won't lie, man. I don't really know, like, if I ever got in the studio with Bill, I don't know what the fuck we would make.
Dude.
I'd honestly low-key just invite him there and then just be like, yeah, we'll make music eventually. Anyways, so, dude, you're so good at making music. Like, I literally just want to talk to him.
Yeah,
like,
just
hey, dude,
suck his dick a little bit.
Just sucketh upon the tip.
suck his dick from the back. But
how does that work?
Dude, that's a fucking line from his goddamn songs.
Oh,
you stupid motherfucker. Fake Bill fan. Fake.
No.
Fake.
No.
Suck the dick from the back, bitch. Fuck you.
Fuck you too.
How much time do we got? All right.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god. This fucking bitch over here.
Yeah, dream collab. You said Griselda. Who else is up there?
Griselda, Kill Bill, Aerospace. Oh fuck. Why can't I not think of like any artists I'm listening to right now? 100 Gex.
Oh, really?
100 Gex. If I could get just any amount of like assistance in production from fucking Dylan Brady, and oh my god, I would fucking die.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, some non-electronic / hip hop related people. I don't know if you've heard of Rick Montgomery.
I don't think so. No.
He is a singer-songwriter. Makes some beautiful songs. Like he's had a few of them go like viral on TikTok. Like what you call it? Why can't I think of the fucking song? Line on a Hook. Or Mr. Loverman.
Oh,
that's one. It's like I miss my lover man.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Mr. Loverman. Fucking beautiful music. I would love to collab with that guy. Oh man, who else? Like, cause like there's artists that I love and hold near and dear to my heart who I do not think I could do a good collab with.
Yeah, sort of like, yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, like I fucking love Tyler the Creator. I don't think I would be able to be on the same like creative process as him.
Yeah, I feel like working with Tyler would be so difficult because he's so talented at everything. Like, I don't know. What are you
halfway
do?
through the process, he'd be like, "Why do I even need you?
Like he literally like, are you gonna produce for Tyler better than he can produce for himself?
Exactly. Like what the fuck?
Fuck. Dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's just insane.
He is fucking insane.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. Back to Denver hip hop shit.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of other talented people out here that I wanted to talk about. We already talked about one of them. Actually, two of them.
Yeah.
So we got Neptune, and then also YSD Beepo.
Yeah.
Beepo's actually, I think he's super talented, and he's making moves at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna go far.
Yeah.
Do you know of anyone else out here?
Out here, I mean, really, like it's just fucking.
Oh, we could talk about some bigger people out here.
Yeah, some bigger people. That's what I was going to go with.
So, no one really talks about this.
It's Okay to Cry.
Yeah, but It's Okay to Cry and Sad Boy Prolific.
Yeah.
So those two people are actually from Colorado, like grew up here type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the funny thing: they didn't get signed in Colorado.
Really?
No. Because like there isn't really much of a scene out here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't know. I won't even lie, dude. Labels like low key avoid Colorado like the plague.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like if you think about like who are the big artists who've come out of Colorado?
Literally those two.
And like 303.
Yeah. Also, Wiz Khalifa actually like lived in Boulder. He like grew up there.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I was working one day. I was talking to a customer and he was talking about how I was telling him about like, oh yeah, I make music. He asked me what I did. I was like, yeah, I work here, but like I mainly just make music. And so he was talking about he was like, actually Wiz Khalifa, you went to high school in Boulder, and evidently a friend of his, she was dating him and then cheated on him for another guy that she's married to now.
Bro.
So also he could have been bullshitting because I've never heard of anything about like Wiz Khalifa like living here. But I guess Wiz Khalifa did live here and then he moved to LA and then he like got out from there. But yeah. So that's sort of crazy. There's like a little bit of hip hop stuff going on here, but
that is fucking insane. I mean, like, I feel like that there's like more artists than that who like grew up here and then moved out.
Yeah.
Because like Colorado, you either fucking move out at a young age or fucking stay here for the rest of your life. So I feel like there's gotta be like more artists that.
Dude, I would love to stay in Colorado. This place is fucking sick.
Yeah, and build the scene.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, what do you want to see most for the scene here in Colorado? Like, do you want to see, like, record labels out here? Do you want to see, like, just more artists in general out here? Like, what do you want to see?
I just want to see, like, more... mainly just more, like, originality. I want to see, like, more people doing their own thing, like, making their own type of music. So I feel like a lot of the problem of Colorado is that everyone here decides to make music for, like, a few months, and then they hit the studio... Then they like pay $200 to make this song that's basically just a ripoff of like anyone that lives in Chicago or New Orleans or shit like that. And then they like try and say this is the Colorado sound. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like Colorado doesn't really have a sound at the moment. But also like
no, yeah.
I'm gonna be real, especially with the internet and shit. I don't think that places need to really have a sound. Or even will going forward, because the only reason that there were certain sounds in certain places is because people would actually meet up and they would give their techniques to each other for production mainly, and also like vocalists, rappers and shit, and then that's how the whole style like got created, because if everyone around you is doing this type of style and they're all teaching you tricks and techniques for that type of style, you're probably not going to go do something that's like more popular on the other side of the country.
I mean, now it's just like accessibility is such an amazing thing.
Literally.
Like being able to look up tutorials on like, hey, how to make a Chief Keef type fucking beat and all that. Like it's so much more accessible than the people when like Chief Keef was making that shit back in the day.
Because it's like, especially like I think that another big thing that we're going to see going forward just in the music industry is going to be that studios are, for especially at the smaller levels, like studios that you pay to rent out are gonna go like more out of business. At the high levels of like when you get to sign to a label, they'll be fine. But I think like just those independent like studios and shit, I think that they might end up going out of style just because it's so cheap and so accessible to start recording and mixing yourself. And especially when you record and mix yourself, like I've said this many times, you can pay someone else to do something for you. But you can't pay them to be passionate and actually care about your music and your work like you would. No one's going to work as hard or put in as much work as you will. So that's a big. There's always a big upside to doing it yourself, and I feel like I'd rather see that because when you have to go to a studio to go to to make music, I feel like that's like a very much a hassle. If it's like every single day you're at home making music, you're gonna grow a lot more.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I think that's about all we have for time on this episode, but that was a really good way to put it. Thank you guys for listening to the Undergrad Podcast, episode 2. I'm Kudu.
I'm Kashi.
Peace. Welcome to the Undergrad Podcast. This is episode 3. My name is King Kudu.
Kashi.
This bitch.
Fuck off.
I'm professional.
I'm professional. Look at you. Look at you right now. Septum piercing on. Tuck that up, all right?
Fuck
Put on your suit and tie.
I swear to God. You're not in a suit and tie.
I don't need to be. I'm the guest.
You're not the guest. You're the co-host.
Yeah, but you're the main host.
Fucking hate this dude. I can't wait till this dude's dead.
You love cock.
I hate you.
No, I can hear you. I'm too loud.
You're fucking peeking the mic, you asshole.
Good.
Back the mic up.
All right.
Oh, man. Okay, so we're just going to get back into talking about the Denver music scene, stuff like that. Gashi, what do you think about how artists blow up nowadays? Like, what's your thoughts about it?
Oh, that's a good one, actually. I think that it's definitely so much different, like, today. I think that there's, like, good and bad parts to it, especially with, like, because, like, no one back in the day was just, like, from nothing to, like, one of the biggest artists in the world. I feel like people don't really blow up like they used to at all. I feel like there's a small amount of time where that could just happen, and it was like, oh shit, this guy's really good, and now he's big, and now like he has fans and stuff. And then so many people just tried to go for that route because it seems like it's the easiest, and it seems like they really weren't doing much, and then boom, they just made a few songs, and oh my gosh, they're all big. That's not really how it went, but I feel like people are trying to chase that so much that now it's become like corny. And now, like, when you see someone who's trying to blow up, or you see someone that does blow up, it doesn't really mean anything anymore. Because, like, the faster you blow up, the faster you're gone. You know?
Because like a quick flame type of thing.
Yeah. Like, you burn quick, but, like, it's all gone. And especially when it comes to, like, people that you think of, like, that blew up. Like, you don't really know, like, Post Malone, right? He blew up, right? But it wasn't like that shit happened overnight. Like, oh, he'd been doing music for a few months, and then he posted some stuff to SoundCloud. Nah, like, last, like, what? Fucking years of his life. Years and years of his life were spent just, like, being small as shit. Until one day he just got, like, I think it was Lil Wayne that posted on Twitter about him. It was like, yo, dude, this shit's fire when he dropped White Iverson. But, like, literally, I mean, I've talked to Hip and Tef, and literally, like, Post Malone would come through town as a small artist that no one knew, and he actually performed at the Roxy here, and then like he actually hung out with like King and Tef when he was small. Oh shit! So it was like he was really in it like for a long time before he found success. Similar thing with Lil Nas X. It wasn't like he just made that song and then like immediately like blew up off of it out of a meme that someone else started. Like nah, like what really happened was like, hey, he had this whole story of, like making lots of music, and then he started a Twitter meme account so that he could promote his music. He got lots of followers on it. He posted a meme. It'd be like great interaction. People would be like, oh, great meme. Yes. Lots of likes. But then as soon as he posted his music, like no one gave a singular fuck. So he's like, ah, shit. So then he made a song that was memeable, and then he started the meme, and then it just got carried by other people, especially on TikTok. But yeah, I think that like it's a bad stigma now to blow up. Like if I blew up, I would be happy, because now I have like a better chance, but it's just like a very like, that's such an unstable way of getting into the mainstream or even just the underground. Is blowing up is so unstable because if you blow up, automatically there's a chip on your shoulder because there's so many people that have blown up and gone nowhere because they didn't really have any talent. And it's just like a hype train that you get lost on for like a month or two, and then no one cares about you. Yeah. Like 3 months ago, someone blew up on TikTok. But like, do you know their name?
That's true.
Like, can't really name them. There's been like so many random songs I'll like hear again. I'll be like, oh shit, that was like one of the most popular songs like 6 months ago, and I don't even remember it really. Like I didn't even think about it. Yeah. And it's like, compare that to what we saw early on, especially in like 2016, 17, that when a song blew up like EXO Tour Life or Money So Long or any of those fucking songs, that shit was on. And it's like, I'll even still listen to some of those songs today, but it's just not that way anymore. It's so blowing up is such an unstable way of trying to make it. And people that intentionally try to blow up end up shooting themselves in the foot a little bit.
Yeah. It also, I feel like what happens a lot is that these artists that are coming up will have like one song that will blow up.
Yeah.
But then the rest of their discography will not match up to it.
No.
Like, I feel like Lil Xan is a perfect example of this. Because, like, Betrayed is, like, I still listen to that song.
Yeah, I love that song.
It's a good song. I could not name you another Lil Xan song. I will not listen to another Lil Xan song. Fuck it. The only other Lil Xan song that I've ever listened to is just a feature on a Lil Sky song that he's like okay.
Yeah, Lil Xan had like Lil Xan. It was like, I've actually researched a lot on him and about his career because whenever something like that happens, I don't want to repeat their mistakes. One of the big mistakes that he had was, especially what I've heard just from like the people that his team, the people that he's working with, some of the actions that I saw him taking was that his work ethic was not there. There was a lot of like lack of his work, like and also just stupid financial decisions and probably drugs and stuff. Like he was renting out 3 apartments in like LA.
Oh shit.
Or maybe it wasn't LA, but it was you might as well have been in LA, like that type of like price range and bullshit. So one was for him, the other was for his family, and the third was quote unquote for the hoes. And it was just like, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, that's sort of funny and sort of badass, but at the same time, that's like incredibly like
irresponsible.
Yeah, incredibly irresponsible and like stupid. I don't know. I hate to like just look at a random person that I don't know personally and judge them. So I don't want to do that too much. But at the same time, I want to take a look at their decisions and see like how did that affect them? How does that work out? So yeah, there was like a lot of times when he get calls from his team that I just heard like from people on his team where they call him up and be like, hey dude, you need to get in the studio, man, let's work on this album. He's like, nah bro, like do that tomorrow. And like he just spend the night like fucking around with hoes and like doing drugs and shit. So that was the thing that I saw with him. But that happens to a decent amount of people because I feel like the faster you blow up, if it's easy to make it, you take it like for granted almost, you know? And I'm sure he didn't take it completely for granted. And I'm sure he's got his own issues. And like, honestly, I really like, I'm always rooting for him, like low key. Like I'm always like, if he drops a new project, like I'll listen to it just because I want him to succeed. Like I really liked Betrayed, and I even enjoyed. I don't know if I should say that I enjoyed other songs, but I really wanted to though. Same thing with
like you saw the potential in him.
Yeah. A similar thing with Lil Pump. The Lil Pump was a lot better. But like still like the same thing to where like I'm still like low key like Pump drops some shit, like I'll listen to it just because like I want him to succeed. I think he's like. I will say I'm like a Lil Pump fan. Maybe that's just nostalgia and shit. But like, though I do think that like, I don't think that he's an idiot. I think that most of that stuff was just for the cameras.
Lil Pump is weird in my opinion because like, I do think he is smarter than people he lets the media let on. Do I think he's a fucking genius when it comes to like marketing or anything like that? I don't think so. I think he got really lucky. I think he was smart in how he handled himself when like Gucci Gang was fucking was blowing up and everything like that.
Yeah.
I do think he made smart decisions in that aspect. Everything after that, like I think once he got the feature from Kanye, everything after that was downhill. Like cuz like you went from having a fucking #1 song that was blowing up everywhere, an album that was like wasn't even a like amazing album, but was still blowing up because of Gucci Gang and everything else, and still having the momentum to have new songs that you're putting out blow up, and then getting a fucking Kanye feature.
Like, that's insane.
And then after that, I don't know if it was just like people were just done with him, and he just like. It was weird because it felt like he was still trying to like promote himself and everything like that and be on there, but I feel like he just dropped off after that. Like I know he didn't technically, but like like I barely heard his name after that. After the whole thing they had with J. Cole, I wasn't really listening to him that much.
Yeah, I won't lie. J. Cole definitely, I think, not in like the minds of like regular, like just, music enjoyers, but I think that definitely, J. Cole definitely did a number on, I think, his respect in the industry and among other rappers.
Yeah.
Just because if you get dissed by J. Cole and he dissed him pretty hard,
Yeah.
he didn't like diss him too hard. He was like, I hope that you do well, but listen, bro, you look like an idiot.
Well, I mean, did you watch that interview that they did together?
I did, yeah.
And
Oh wait, no, I didn't.
oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't. I don't think so.
So it was an interesting interview because it was basically just like J. Cole being like, hey, you need to put a little bit more respect on the people who came before you type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was even like complimenting him a lot on like how he's doing and everything like that and how he's able to like bring like not only like a younger audience but like a different audience into hip hop and everything like that. But then also just like being like, yo, like, but also you need to be like a little bit more respectful type of thing. And Lil Pump was just a fucking idiot the entire time.
Really?
Like, he wasn't being an asshole. Like, I'll give him that. But he was just like, whoa, really, man? Oh, shit. Like, I was just trying to do blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of where I like I kind of lost respect for him, like, even as an artist, because I'm like, this dude can't even have a conversation. Like, he can't.
Really?
And, like, if that was part of his fucking plan of like keeping his persona or whatever like that, I think it missed the mark.
Missed the mark, yeah. That's fair. I think that another thing we should touch on is like the reasons why people make music. I feel like when it comes to people that make music for like either money or like just for like clout, like fame and shit, I feel like you can really tell because there's no like the standard that they have for their music is not if it's good or not. It's more if it whatever will sell, whatever's gonna sell the best, and that is just it's like a really like it's a very much like in the moment like short term thing. And if you can make something that's more timeless or something that's more like where you put the quality above like the marketability, then you can tell the differences. And I feel like that was, and also just like I think a big reason that hip hop is starting to die off is because no one's trying to be the absolute best anymore. No one's out here like being like, I want to be the greatest of all time. And I think that that's something that happens in every genre after its best days, because like it's hard to go in here and be like, I want to be the best, because it's hard to say that while also respecting the people that came before. Because like if I went out here and I was like, I want to be the very best, I want to be better than Kendrick, I want to be better than Kanye, better than that. Or if I just say that I am the best, like Lil Wayne was like, I'm the very best, fuck all of you. It wasn't well, it was more respectful than that, but it was basically like, hey, I am the best. And you see, it still says that he's the best rapper. Yeah. Many of them do. It's like if someone younger who's even really talented came out and said that, they would just be painting a target on their back, not so much from the actual people, like actual like Kendrick and Kanye and all the actual goats, mainly just from the dick riders. Which I won't lie, I'm sort of a dick rider of like the goats, not gonna lie. But at the same time, I feel like when you already have a history and you already have established goats, it's hard for new people to come in and want to be the best.
Yeah, I mean, because like I kind of want to go back onto like something that you said earlier about like hip hop like dying off type of thing. Yeah. Where it's like I don't think that's the case. I think hip hop is evolving into a completely new era and all that. Like, and that's what I feel like people want to like people want to argue about all the time about like, oh, old hip hop is dead already, blah blah blah. This new shit isn't hip hop. Where it's like why do we put such constraints on what hip hop is? Like, because like fuck, like originally when hip hop was like first becoming like a thing, we had the fucking rappers that are like, oh, I'm going hip and hop and hippity hop, 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 hop. like why are we setting our standards to like that shit, everything like that. And like I get, not all hip hop was like that back in the day and everything like that. Like cause shit, if people like fucking Ice Cube and NWA and fucking Easy, fucking J Dilla, Big Pun, Fat Joe, people like that. Like if they weren't fucking pioneering shit back in the day, we would not have hip hop as we have it now. And so like that's why I truly think it's like I was like I don't think hip hop will ever truly die. Like I think it will always keep evolving into the new thing as it should. Like we shouldn't keep doing the exact same thing as before. Like people want to talk about style changes and everything like that and how now is not like true hip hop or anything like that. It's like good. Like
I feel like the reason that I say hip hop is dying isn't because like I'm like, oh, this isn't real hip hop. You know, I don't feel like I'm even in a position to say that. I think that why I think it's dying is because we're not getting any new like with I would say besides like Peggy and the people in that type of realm, we're not getting any new like innovators into hip hop that are going to lead the genre into you know, even better days. I think it's going relatively down. I think there's a lot of talent, but I think that it's become oversaturated with people that don't care about like the quality of the music as much as they do the money that they can get. And I think that it's being driven a lot by greed, and also there's just so much new like just in the music industry in general, like has changed so much, has monumentously like and fundamentally changed in the last like 10 years that everything is so different. Like because it was just so like back when they actually had to like go somewhere and buy a CD or buy a physical copy of something. When streaming came in and the analytics that you can get from streaming and everything like that, it just changed it put the entire game on its fucking head. And now it's like different things are going to sell better. And it's like so mind blowing how different it is now.
Yeah.
And I think that also plays a very large role in the future of hip hop and actually what's happened to it just in the last like 5 years or so.
Yeah. It is kind of crazy how much like streaming has fucked it up. And like
I mean, I love streaming, by the
way.
way.
Yeah. Streaming is amazing. Like it like to the common man, streaming is the best thing that has ever happened.
Oh yeah.
To the artist that isn't like making millions of dollars or whatever, like it fucking sucks.
I wouldn't say it sucks because it makes music more accessible to you and more accessible to other people, but it has definitely changed how
you can make money.
Yeah, how you can make money off of it.
Yeah.
Because and it also have you looked at how there used to be like super producers and now there isn't?
No.
Like, dude, yeah. So how it went with the physical copies is when you had to sell physical copies. There were 3 like super producers. One was Pharrell. I forgot the other 2.
Yeah, I do kind of.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And they labels did that because if you're gonna sell a physical copy, you are at so much more risk than you are with just streaming. So it was like, we need a guarantee that we're at least going to get some money back from this. And to guarantee that it's going to be good, we're going to use one of these 3 super producers because we know that the shit that they make sells. So every single person was basically, everyone big, and everyone that a label could set up with this person, set up with one of those 3, was set up with one of those 3 for the records. And that's why they were such massive names and so big. Because then if you have that super producer on there, you're much more likely to at the very least break even, most likely make a profit just from that super producer working on that project. But now, I'm sorry, were you about to say something?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so like, but now with streaming the way that it is, it's not a big risk to put that album out there. You don't have to make a copy. You literally just send it to Spotify or send it to, Apple Music, all the stores.
Yeah.
So now I think that's it's both good and bad for the artist because now there's not nearly as much of a risk. There's honestly like comparatively almost no risk to like putting out music.
Yeah.
And that's really great, especially for small artists. That means that all of music is extremely oversaturated with like some pretty fucking mid garbage. But I mean, if that's the price you pay, I would say I'd rather have it how it is right now. Because before, if your shit didn't fly on radio, you could literally just go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But there is still a lot of downsides to streaming.
Yeah. How do you feel about like the underground scene now? Like not even talking about specifically Denver or anything like that, but the underground. Because like I don't know. When I was younger, I used to follow like kind of the underground like a lot more. Like people like like Rhymesayers, like Atmosphere and Aesop Rock and all that, who used to be like considered more the underground, MF Doom, everybody like that. Like there used to be that clear line of underground because like a lot of it was going off of like radio play.
Yeah.
Like you're either on the radio or you're like in the underground, like still selling the physical copies of everything like that and doing random shows and everything. Like Aesop Rock was never on the radio.
Yeah.
MF Doom was never on the radio.
No.
And then I feel like now, because less and less people are listening to the radio and just going off streaming, and anyone can find anyone on streaming services. Like how do you think that has impacted the underground scene?
I think it's impacted it extremely heavily. I think that like before, the underground was like very like, the underground used to be a place for creativity, and like the underground used to be a place where you went to go find things that weren't mainstream and would probably never be mainstream, but were still extremely good.
Yeah.
Like crazy good artists that just didn't have that massive appeal to be mainstream. And then now people look at the underground as more of like, oh shit, which one of these guys is gonna break into the mainstream? And it's it's more of like a hype train of, you know, just putting your bet on someone and then later being able to be like, well, I knew them when they were underground. And it's so dumb because that means that a bunch of people that are like not very good at making music are getting overhyped, and the entire brand of in the underground is now crumbling, and it's more hurtful to you to. It doesn't sound. You wouldn't think that's more hurtful to be labeled as underground, but it is. Like I don't want to be labeled as an underground artist because then I get put in the same like space as all these people that make incredibly mid music and just have fans because the fans think that they'll be good someday. And I don't want someone to listen to me because I'm small. Because well, then you can't grow. Because when you grow is when you lose those people because they were really only interested in you because you were small.
Yeah.
And then also it's just like, putting yourself in that category with all those other people just gives you a terrible look because when you're put next to a bunch of like really bad people and being like, these guys are all at the same place, it's not a good look.
Yeah, there's also like quite a bit of gatekeeping when it comes to like those smaller artists and everything like that.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like people, it's almost like people will like share like an artist or something like that and then be like don't like post about this or anything like that because I don't want them to blow up. I don't want them to change.
Really?
And everything like that. Yeah, it's like
Dude, what a dick move.
It is such a dick move. Like, I'm sorry. I want my artists to succeed. I want my artists to make money and everything like that. Like I could give a fuck if people are like trying to like gatekeep my music or anything like that. But like I will never be like not show someone an artist just because I don't want them to blow up because I feel like they're going to change. Like it's just insane to me because I guess to be fair, it was a lot more as in like producer discords and stuff like that. Yeah, of like producers being like, "Yo, don't like show this guy to too many people or anything like that because like or else he's going to blow up and like his prices are going to change, whatever." Like it was a lot more like that.
The most like cuck ass bullshit ever.
It so is. Like, people are so afraid of, like, other people blowing up when it comes to that. Because, like, I get it. It's an oversaturated market and everything like that. But, like, if someone that you know is going to blow up instead of you, I'd rather be on the side of supporting that person. Yeah. Instead of being, like...
And it's like, dude, if they change as an artist, bro, that's on them. Like,
exactly.
I honestly, I would say if an artist is going to change when they get bigger... then they're probably going to change all along. Like, yeah, there's
like, it wasn't like them getting all this money or anything was the thing that changed them. It was just having access to more things probably changed their sound. It was probably what they originally wanted to do. Yeah. Either way, they just didn't have access to like the equipment or the plugins or anything like that. So
plus, like, just being a gatekeeper is like just so insanely dumb. And even people think that they're gatekeeping someone. That makes them like special or something. I remember when Steve Lacy dropped Bad Habit, there were like a bunch of people that were like, I've been fans since before and all you guys are ruining it. And I was like, bro, literally before he dropped this album, you know how many millions of monthly listeners he had? Like, you are not special.
Yeah, no.
Actually, you're like I'm not going to diss anyone, but.
Yeah. But like Steve Lacy is also a little bit of a special thing because he's been getting fucked over at his concerts and everything like that. Of a bunch of people who only listen to Bad Habits. Like,
well, that's because, like, okay, dude, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
no one sits and waits by their phone for an artist that they're not that big into to get those first tickets like suburban white girls.
Yeah.
No one does it quite
Yeah.
like they do. They have a special way with it. I don't understand it. I'm afraid to understand it sometimes.
Honestly, actually.
But like they do, bro. I don't even get it. Like it's insane.
It is insane. It's just like, it's kind of funny though. Because like, have you seen the videos of Steve Lacy at his concerts, like when that whole thing was going on?
Yeah, dude. And people were like, they were saying that he was a dick, and I was like,
That shit was funny though.
I was like, he is being a dick, but that's like genuinely the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Like when he like had the crowd listen to it, or started singing and everything like that, and he's like, "You sang the chorus 2 times. That's not what happens here." Like, like you guys don't know the fucking words.
He was definitely being a dick, and I don't know if that's the best idea, but I can't fully condemn him for that because that was just like really funny, and especially as someone like who's had a career like him where he's always just been sort of underground, and then just be thrown in front of a bunch of people, and then like feeling like the people that are going to your shows aren't like true fans. I could definitely see how he would be insulted, especially like if it happens once, whatever. You can just sort of like push that to the back of your mind and not worry about it. If you're going on tour and every single place is like that, I can definitely see how that got on his nerves.
Yeah, 100%. Especially like just having so much of a discography. Like it would suck to not like have people only know you for one song.
Yeah.
But so since we were getting to a little bit of the end of the show, I think it'd be a good idea since this is going to be the last 3 episodes where it's just us two.
Yeah.
Let's go over one of your unreleased songs from White Lighters.
Oh,
real
yes,
quick.
yes.
Yeah. Which song are we going over real quick?
That's a good question. I'm thinking should we do like Used To?
I think Used To would be pretty good.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I like Used To.
Let's roll a clip.
Mhm.
Kashi, that was a great clip.
Okay, let's try that again.
What do you mean try that again?
It was terrible.
What the fuck?
You didn't get the cue. You said it all weird. I mean, I don't even know why we have you here.
I hate you so much. We're not cutting that. That's staying.
Oh, okay.
We definitely aren't having to record this after the initial first recording.
Honestly, I mean, what is there really to say about it?
Well, so what was your like inspiration behind the song?
Shit, dude. I was only saying like the same 3 words the whole time. Who produced it? Quincy X bruh. It's like he's got a weird ass name. He has like 2 accounts for releasing music. One, the first one is like his main account. He didn't make the beat on that one. He like only does like West Side Gun beats. They're really sick, but like it's all like samples of like really really well done sampling, and then like almost no drums. And then the second account is like shit like that, and it's so sick.
Interesting.
But yeah, honestly, when I was making that song, like I just wanted to. I even wrote like verses for it. Like I had like some lyrical verses for it and shit, and I was just like, no, no. Like I just wanted to keep it like really like I want to keep it really simple. I wanted it to be like I didn't want it like the words to really matter that much. I wanted it to be more about just the experience of hearing the whole song and how my vocals go with the beat and how everything's mixed together and all that. So.
Yeah. As far as how the song fits into your overall album, like how you feel that it stands up to the rest of your songs on the album so far?
I would say that it's probably, I know it's Price's favorite. I didn't get to hear the whole thing, but it's pretty cool. And I would say it fits in just like sonically, just very well. And also just placement in the project. The way that the song before it ends and then Used To starts. Originally, actually, I had that beat for Used To as a beat switch because it goes the first song, then the second song, then Used To. It was actually going to be a beat switch. It was going to be the same song as the second one. And I was going to beat switch it. And then I was like, then that second song just got too long at some point, which happened to every single one of my songs of the project. Like when I was like exporting them, I was like, damn, that's like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
The second one was like 3 minutes, 30 seconds. And it was like, and then I got to New York State of Mind and I was like, damn, that's almost 5 fucking minutes. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that was the how it was originally going to be put, and then I just made it its own song, and I feel like that did.
Nice.
I feel like it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
well, that was a good fucking clip right there.
good clips.
Good clips.
Hey, chat, clip this.
I won't make a joke right now, but
What do you mean? What are you gonna make? What joke?
chat, show me this guy's balls.
Google, pull up this guy's balls.
Mods, burn this guy's house down. Oh fuck. But no. So do you have a tentative release date for your album yet?
The release date is a bit of a. Here's the thing. I'm thinking about like Waterfall dropping it because of two reasons. One is because just with the way that works in marketing, it really works. Does a number on the fucking algorithm. The algorithm, they fucking love it. I don't know, man. They really like it because what that shows, or also waterfalling is when you like 1 week you release the first song, the second week you release the second one, third week you release the third one, so on and so forth. But basically, to the algorithm, that looks like, oh, he's not only dropping a single every week, but then you also add that song that you're dropping to an EP. So you're dropping a single and an EP every single week. So the algorithm like takes it and is like, whoa, it's so cool, and they like it. And then the second reason I'm doing it is because when I just thought about like dropping it like that, I don't know, it just seems to like fit because I feel like every single song like can stand on its own, but then also is like really very like well put into the project and it flows together very well. That's the one thing that I like about White Lighters is that like I feel like it flows together very well. I feel like it's very like tight, neat package. I don't like making like, I don't like fluff, especially when I listen to like albums and shit, you know. Listening to like if you're listening to an album, you're like, oh, great song, and then you listen to like 4 mid-ass songs. That makes me like, that affects the way that I think about the album as a whole. I'm like, maybe that's not a 10 out of 10, you know. Not saying that my project is a 10 out of 10, but like I always strive to keep all the fluff to like an absolute minimum, you know. I like to keep it very nice, neat, and like almost like what's this? Yay, Kanye's album. Like there was like 7 tracks in there, but they were all really good. And that's always like sort of like a blueprint. And I don't feel like it's a similar type of album.
Yeah. Do you have like an album in mind that you could like think of like that you would try to relate this album to, basically?
Gosh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Like, was there an album in mind when you were making this that you're like, I want to make it like this? Like, I understand that you just said like talked about Ye and everything like that, but like, was there a different album? Was Ye the main idea when you're coming up?
Yeah, I think originally that would have been not the deluxe, but the original In Tongues. Maybe that, and then it sort of strived away from that. But I feel like I've always grabbed a lot of inspiration from Joji. But yeah, I guess that would be the closest thing. Didn't really turn out like that as I was continuing to make it, but yeah,
fair enough. Well, I think that's about all the time that we have. Thank you guys for watching the Undergrad podcast. I'm Kudu.
I'm Kashi.
Peace.